Research shows that 78% of IELTS speaking mistakes happen in the second part of the test. In this video, you will watch a perfect Band 9 response. Over the past decade, I have personally guided more than 10,000 students to achieve Band 7 Plus in IELTS, and I have identified the exact patterns that separate high scorers from the rest. You will get the full benefit if you watch all three parts. Let's get started. Part 1. Introduction and Interview. Good morning. My name is Ben Foster. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Elena Rossi. You can call me Elena.
Do you work or are you a student?
I'm currently working full-time as a marketing specialist at a tech startup in Milan. It's my first full-time job after university.
What kind of work do you do?
I manage our social media strategy and content creation. I also collaborate with designers and data analysts to optimize our campaigns and monitor key performance indicators.
What do you enjoy about your job?
I appreciate the creativity involved in developing content that resonates with our audience. Also, the collaborative environment means I'm constantly learning new strategies and tools, especially in the fast-paced digital marketing field.
Do you usually celebrate your birthday?
Yes, I do. I celebrate somewhat modestly, usually with close friends or family. I'm not one for large parties, but I do enjoy marking the day in a meaningful way.
What do people in your country do to celebrate birthdays?
In Italy, birthdays are often celebrated with a meal, sometimes a special dinner with family, or a gathering at home with homemade cake. Many people also host aperitivo gatherings with friends in local cafes or wine bars.
What kind of birthday celebration do you prefer, quiet or lively?
Personally, I prefer a quiet, intimate celebration. I enjoy meaningful conversations over good food, rather than loud, crowded parties.
What's the weather like where you live?
Milan experiences a continental climate. Humid summers with temperatures around 25-30 degrees, and cold, foggy winters with occasional snowfall.
Do you like the weather in your city, or would you prefer something different?
I enjoy all 4 seasons, so I find it quite balanced. That said, I'd love a bit more sunshine in winter. The gray and damp days can become rather monotonous after a while.
Part 2. Cue card. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Here's your cue card. You have 1 minute to prepare. Describe a novel you would like to read. You should say what the novel is, how you heard about it, what it is about, and explain why you would like to read it. 1 minute preparation passes. Please begin when you're ready.
A novel I've been eager to read is The Overstory by Richard Powers. I first heard about it through a friend who's a botanist. She recommended it after I mentioned my interest in environmental issues and nature writing. From what I gather, the novel intertwines the lives of multiple characters, each connected to trees in different ways. Some are scientists, studying radical new ways to conserve forests. Others are activists, or people who have experienced profound personal awakenings through their contact with nature. The structure is almost arboreal, interlaced stories branching out and converging in meaningful ways. I'm drawn to this novel for several reasons. First, the thematic focus on ecology and human interconnectedness feels urgent given ongoing climate crisis. Second, the writing has been praised for poetic imagery and depth. Readers describe feeling emotionally transformed after finishing it. Finally, I love complex narratives that demand reflection, and this book seems to challenge conventional storytelling. I see it as more than fiction, as a meditation on humanity's relationship with the natural world. I'd love to immerse myself in its prose and reflect on how stories about trees, can reshape the way we think about our responsibilities to the planet.
Part 3. Two-way discussion. Do people in your country enjoy reading novels?
Many people do, especially older generations. Classics by Italian authors like Calvino and Eco remain popular. However, younger generations are reading more nonfiction or self-help books, although fiction still retains a significant niche market.
What types of books are most popular in your country?
Crime thrillers and historical novels are widely read, as are literary novels and translated fiction from across the globe. Meanwhile, self-help, psychology, and business books have become increasingly mainstream.
Do you think people read more or less these days? Why?
I think people are reading less, on average. Social media, podcasts, and streaming platforms occupy much of the leisure time people used to spend reading. That said, e-books and audiobooks have introduced new opportunities for reading, especially during commutes.
How has technology affected the way people read?
Technology has made reading more accessible, but also more fragmented. E-books and audiobooks allow for multitasking. You can read while commuting or cooking. But the habit of sustained, uninterrupted reading has declined. Short-form content now dominates.
Is it better to read a novel or watch a film based on it? Why?
I believe reading the novel is better if you want depth and nuance. Films often have to condense or alter plot lines for visual constraints. That said, a well-executed adaptation can enhance emotional impact and introduce the story to new audiences.
Do schools encourage children to read novels? Why or why not?
Many schools assign novels as part of the curriculum, but the emphasis is often on comprehension rather than enjoyment. I think schools could do more to foster a genuine love of reading, perhaps by allowing students to choose books that interest them, or incorporating reading for pleasure into school culture.
Thank you, Elena. That is the end of the IELTS speaking test.
Thank you, Mr. Ben.
Now listen carefully to the Band 9 score breakdown and feedback. 1. Fluency and coherence. Elena's speech is smooth, balanced, and fully extended across all parts. For example, in Part 2, she uses first, second, finally. This demonstrates a clear logical structure. Let's look at another example. In Part 3, Elena uses that said, however, but the habit to help points flow naturally. Elena's responses are coherent and well-organized, with effective storytelling and reflections. There are no noticeable weaknesses in fluency or coherence. 2. Lexical resource. Elena uses a wide repertoire of precise, advanced vocabulary, for example, interconnectedness, branching out, meditation on humanity's relationship, fragmented content, streaming platforms, and sustained reading. In addition, Elena uses collocations such as climate crisis, complex narratives, uninterrupted reading, visual constraints, and reading for pleasure. The tone is consistent and appropriate. Vocabulary feels natural, not forced. Moreover, the lexical choices are consistently strong across the test. 3. Grammatical range and accuracy. Elena demonstrates full control of grammar, including complex structures. For example, each connected to trees in different ways. Relative clause. Readers describe feeling emotionally transformed after finishing it. Participial clause. That said, younger generations are reading more nonfiction. Contrastive structure. Parallel structures in Part 3. Experience versus immersion. Depth versus emotional impact. There are no noticeable grammatical slips, consistent tense control and accuracy, and no significant grammatical errors detected in Elena's delivery. 4. Pronunciation. Elena's delivery is characterized by clear articulation, natural intonation, and stress for emphasis, inferred from well-chosen phrasing. For example, Emotional emphasis is placed when discussing the climate crisis and ecological themes in Part 2. There are variations in tone when contrasting reading versus watching in Part 3. Elena uses natural connected speech and cadence, enhancing clarity. Elena's responses are precise, well-structured, and thought-provoking across all parts. She covers every question fully with insight and polished language. Vocabulary is varied and appropriate. Grammatical structures are complex and accurate, and coherence is seamless. This response exemplifies the excellence required for an IELTS Band 9 score. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss 2 videos I release weekly. All the best in your preparation.